A news report is being filmed at the southern edge of the Janus quarter in Eridu. The municipal election season has begun, leading to increased foot traffic and enhanced security patrols. The reporter attempts to cover a story about Inspector Bringer, a hero known for exposing the Vision Corporation scandal and a leading candidate for commander of Janus Quarter. The news filming is interrupted when it's discovered they are filming without permission on a construction site. The crew is forced to stop their report about Inspector Bringer, who is involved in uncovering the Vision Corporation scandal. Bringer is revealed to be connected to Sarah as a secret ally and claims to be just a puppet in the larger scheme. Nicole arrives discussing traffic conditions and admits to speeding on the outer ring while removing her license plate to avoid tickets. The group plans to investigate new information about the Vision scandal, requiring travel to the outer ring. However, increased security checks during election season make movement difficult. New Eridu is described as a sanctuary city protecting people from hollows. The story shifts to Inspector Bringer practicing an election speech, recounting his journey from the wastelands to the city. His motivation for running as commander stems from wanting to protect the city and oppose groups like Vision Corporation. Sarah appears and discusses failed plans involving Vision Corporation, the monument, and various groups. She presents new information about the Hoshini's family secret, working with someone called White Noise to develop a new strategy requiring Bringer's assistance as commander. The former Vision Corporation CEO reveals being a puppet, with Sarah and Bringer as the true orchestrators of major company plans. He claims to have preserved evidence of their communications and transactions, hidden among construction documents now held by Kaledas Belabak Industry. Nicole, CEO of the Cunning Hares, develops a plan using the analogy of jungle chess, suggesting they need a powerful organization, an elephant, to counter public security, the tiger. The plan involves bringing in one of New Aratus' most influential organizations. The group observes an intense interrogation that reduces the former Vision Corporation CEO to tears. A discussion follows between Nicole and others about Bringer's involvement. Professional disagreements arise about how to proceed with the investigation based on the witness information. A tense standoff unfolds between multiple parties, with both a metal figure and Miss Star having their hands on weapons. The situation reveals deeper connections to the Vision Corporation scandal and multiple incidents, including Belabog Industries and the Outer Ring competition. The discussion grows heated as concerns about New Eridu's stability emerge. One party insists on investigating potential threats, while another argues for protecting an innocent person. The fundamental principles of dealing with perceived threats create conflict between the groups. The situation escalates into a full chase sequence, with suppressive fire coming from 3 directions. Both Nicole and her opponents accuse each other of setting up the armed ambush. The group attempts escape by truck while under heavy pursuit. After a crash, communications are cut off and implant functions fail, leaving the group isolated. Miss Hoshimi catches up to them in the hollow, determined not to let them escape again. The situation forces them to consider working together despite their opposing goals. A plan emerges to solve their predicament using maze-solving algorithms and hollow observation data. The proxy explains how this data is crucial for navigation and offers to help find an exit if Miss Hoshimi provides combat support. They agree to a temporary alliance. The duo begins collecting hollow observation data while dealing with increasing ether activity. They work together to overcome environmental hazards and hostile forces, with Miss Hoshimi providing combat support while the proxy processes the navigation data. A crisis occurs when Miss Hoshimi's katana begins acting strangely, creating a dangerous situation with a fire tornado. They manage to contain the situation, though the experience leaves both shaken. The proxy's genuine concern for Miss Hoshimi becomes apparent. Miss Hoshimi reveals her katana is a family heirloom that has never malfunctioned before, even in Hollow Zero's core. The proxy discovers familiar smart data structures in the scabbard, suggesting it might be designed to trap something. They decide to investigate further using nearby data piles. Inside a facility with active defense mechanisms, efforts were being made to shut down control units A and B, which were unresponsive. 2 control terminals needed to be located inside, and enemies were approaching during this mission. The situation required careful navigation while dealing with both technical and combat challenges. A discussion about a special blade revealed its internal structure resembled a maze-solving algorithm. There was potential to optimize it using hollow observation data. The immediate priority was finding the remaining observation unit. After gaining control permissions, the mechanism could finally be deactivated. Plans were made to perform an emergency adjustment on the blade using information from a data pile to optimize its internal system. This adjustment would not interfere with their final objective. The last observation data pile was located behind a door, triggering an unexpected alarm that forced them to hurry. Someone regained consciousness after a dangerous incident, experiencing dizziness, headaches, chest pain, and burning sensations in their face and mouth. Their ocular implants were working again. They had been pulled from a hollow by Hoshimi Miyabi and received emergency resuscitation after suffering partial corruption and cardiac arrest. After a car crash into a hollow, there was a confrontation with armed mercenaries. Different groups joined forces to handle the situation. A key witness named Perlman had been in the vehicle and was captured by the mercenaries during the chaos, leading to an investigation of the captives. Despite concerns about rest and recovery from corruption injuries, there was urgency to rescue Perlman. A matching biosignal was detected inside the Ballet Twins hollow. This connected to a previous airship incident involving militants, suggesting the same group might be targeting people involved in the Vision trial. The system came under an unusual attack, targeting the electrical system and HDD. Security officers arrived for inspection during election period patrols, creating a tense situation that required careful handling to maintain cover while dealing with technical difficulties. A special response team took over the security patrol. An AI assistant named Fairy had sent out a coded help message, bringing allies to assist. The situation revealed connections to a deeper investigation involving the Vision case and missing witness Perlman. The truth emerged about certain individuals being proxies, leading to tension with law enforcement. Despite the serious accusations against Bringer during election time and lack of evidence, some officers chose to give time to secure proof before escalating to superiors, showing trust in key testimonies. A discussion takes place about Officer Juyin and her relationship with her boss. There is talk about how she's easily persuaded, especially when someone looks her in the eyes and gently shares their thoughts while holding her hand. This technique was apparently learned from Gun's mother and proven to be quite effective. Despite some damage to the HDD, Fairy managed to track down Perlman's biosignal. The team heads to a location with numerous mercenaries, suggesting Perlman's nearby presence. The area is heavily guarded, with mechanisms and potential ambushes set up throughout the space. The team encounters a dangerous situation when a permission request triggers military-grade explosives in the building. The reckless use of ammonium nitrate explosives inside shows complete disregard for hostage safety. The area begins to collapse, forcing quick action. A shocking turn of events occurs when Fringer appears and apprehends Perlman, who was involved in the Vision scandal and had previously escaped to the Outer Ring. Section 6 members are also accused of assisting Perlman. Chief Hoshimi Miyabi faces allegations of improper dealings with the criminal. The team discovers that Perlman had a tracking chip implanted, revealing that the precinct could have located him at any time. This raises questions about the true purpose of their pursuit and suggests the operation may have had different motives than initially thought. The team realizes that Commander Bringer's real target was Chief Miyabi, not Perlman. They split into groups, some to search for Bringer, who is scheduled to give a speech near Dead End Hollow, while others track down the vehicle transporting Miyabi. The scene concludes with Task Force Patrol Squad attempting to communicate with Captain Juwen, who responds with a notably raspy voice, claiming it was due to the heat. The conversation reveals there are 8 transport vehicles still on duty in the area. Officer Chen shares location information about a match with Captain Chu Yuan before signing off. The team discovers that an S-Qaeda vehicle is headed to the site of an important speech event. With crowded streets making regular transport difficult, they decide to take an alternative route through the Dead End Hollow. The team takes an unconventional approach by using a train to navigate through the hollow. During the journey, discussion turns to the prestigious Hoshimi family history, particularly their reputation as skilled warriors and boy hunters. Eventually, the family shifted focus from martial prowess to political influence in city management. Attempts to contact Miyabi's father proved difficult due to ongoing election events. Despite having some connection to the Hoshimi family through Miyabi as former classmates, even household staff cannot reach him. The team realizes they need someone with high society connections to make progress. Through a connection named Icon, they reach Mr. Soichiro, who reveals crucial information about the Hoshimi family katana. The sword is a powerful heirloom that only direct family members can wield. Miyabi is unique as she rarely relies on the katana's power, instead depending on her natural abilities. A tense situation develops as it's revealed the transport vehicle is heading to Janus Quarter instead of HQ. The captors reveal knowledge about the Hoshimi family's sacred blade Talus and their true target, Miyabi herself. They obtained her deep sync modeling data through Nelface. Miyabi appears at a public speech event to applause, but something goes wrong. She experiences intense burning sensations from foxfire and encounters mysterious enemies. The situation becomes increasingly dangerous as she struggles to maintain control. A confrontation reveals deep family history involving sacrifice and inheritance traditions. Miyabi reflects on her own abilities compared to her family members, acknowledging her gift in swordsmanship. She proposes to rewrite the Hoshimi family fate, promising to use the blade only against evil and end the tradition of sacrifices. The sequence ends with someone calling out to an unresponsive Miyabi, suggesting she may have lost consciousness or been injured during the preceding events. The situation appears serious as multiple voices call out to her with concern. Miss Hoshimi checks on someone who has just regained consciousness. They discuss an incident involving strange flames and a katana. The person is relieved to learn they didn't harm any citizens during their episode. While swinging their katana, they only targeted ethereals before suddenly freezing up. An emergency situation develops as Section 6 arrives at the speech venue. They discover Bringer is attempting to escape. The manager heads off to pursue the culprit while someone else is taken to a medical center. Section 6 confronts Acting Commander Bringer, who has lost their title. Bringer claims to have obtained the power of the curse blades and transforms into an ethereal being. The situation becomes increasingly dangerous as Bringer's power continues to grow. A fierce battle ensues with multiple participants working together to stop Bringer. The way forward becomes blocked, but allies arrive just in time to help. They coordinate their efforts while dealing with various obstacles and Bringer's increasing power. The battle concludes with confirmation that Elixir P7 was effective. Bringer is stated to have completed their mission. The aftermath leads to questions about deeper mysteries and hidden agendas. After the intense conflict, there are discussions about trust and worthiness. The group reflects on how they wouldn't have succeeded against Bringer without working together. This marks a turning point in their relationships. A major revelation occurs regarding events from 11 years ago at Helios Academy. Students reveal information about their teacher, Carol Arna, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding the fall of the old capital, including attacks by unknown forces. The group finds a moment of safety and rest after evading pursuers. There is playful banter about bodyguards and online friendships. Someone is added to a best online buddies list as appreciation for their help. The conversation takes an interesting turn when discussing a movie poster. Someone who bears a striking resemblance to the actress Astral eventually admits to being the actual celebrity. They had been trying to maintain a low-key disguise, but was discovered. Plans change as they decide to head to Port Elpis. The revelation of Astral's identity and their escape from Luminous Square puts them in a complicated situation involving Tops. A video store owner has become entangled in a much larger scenario involving a superstar. An adventure begins with an impromptu invitation to join a one-day escape plan. The destination is set for Port Elpis and Reverb Arena, with transportation arranged by car instead of metro. There is a quick stop planned at a record store across the street before departing. The escape plan hits a snag as word spreads throughout New Eridu about the disappearance. The attempted disguise proves ineffective, and news of the situation explodes online. The escape becomes the talk of the city, with social media buzzing about the unexpected development. Evelyn, who serves as both manager and bodyguard, arrives on the scene. She attempts to control the situation by suggesting the outing was a planned work event, but this cover story is quickly dismissed. The truth about ditching work and avoiding a performance at Tops comes out. Despite resistance to returning, Evelyn makes a compelling argument about responsibilities, particularly regarding waiting fans at Luminous Square. The escape comes to an end with a bittersweet goodbye between friends, including a touching birthday wish. A private conversation follows about maintaining secrecy regarding the day's events. The importance of discretion is emphasized, with both parties agreeing to keep the details under wraps for everyone's benefit. The focus is on protecting privacy and managing public perception. Evelyn reveals she had noticed something was off earlier that morning, but had to attend to a special assignment. She expresses gratitude for the companionship provided during her absence, noting a visible improvement in mood compared to earlier in the day. The day concludes with heartfelt expressions of appreciation for the shared experience. A promise of future gifts and meetups is made, including a mention of a signed poster. The adventure may be over, but the memories created will be treasured by all involved.